Today is Tuesday, April 2nd. Here's a little taste of what's coming up on the mayor's office.
This guy could be a career, I'm thinking like 280, 290, maybe even some years to 300, but this guy's going to be an all-star, and I just love the way he's come out the gates and the way he looks.
And I'm in love with the good life. Can't give it up. Make it to the top. Keep climbing. I wanna live it up. The good life. I'm coming up. I'm coming up. The good life. Good life. Oh, good life. Good life. Good life.
Boom, coming in hot, Chitchy, on a Tuesday. What's up, brother?
Dude, I watched so much baseball yesterday. It was unbelievable. And we have so much to talk about. We can start with Gill from the Yankees looking like Smoltz and your boy Volpe having 4 hits. We can start with Imanaga of the Cubs looking like the best import so far from Japan. And we can talk about Blanco's no-no for the Astros. Where do we begin? There's too much.
Wow. So much good stuff, dude. So much incredible stuff. I want to start with the Yankees, dude, just because, listen, you feel you got some skins in the game with those guys, watching these guys play, but 5-0, Volpe with a huge night. We'll talk about him in a second. Let's get to Gill first. You and I were talking about it, him being named the 5th starter, coming back from Tommy John surgery this year. But, hey, listen, at the end of the day, Aaron Boone and Brian Cashman and those guys know what they have. And they're smart enough to see stuff when they see it, And at the end of the day, stuff wins out in the big leagues. If you have a young kid like Gill that's throwing 100 miles an hour,
Easy.
average, sitting at 97.7 last night, averaging fastball 97.7 miles an hour with a wipeout slider, really good changeup. And the fact that he has a changeup and he throws that hard, that's going to be devastating. That's like a Scherzer kind of thing. You look at Scherzer like, wow, that changeup fastball combo is devastating, guys. So watch Gill, 4 2/3, cruising along. I think he was on a little bit of a pitch count because of the coming back and them trying to get him in. But the Yankees knew they had something special this spring training, the way he was pitching, and it showed last night.
Yeah, dude, 2 things about him that I saw just from the eye test. One, it was like an easy 99, dude, like an easy 99. He wasn't grunting and farting like Plesac always says, like grunting and farting to get that. Like, it was smooth. And, dude, your point about the changeup and the breaking balls, his breaking balls were sitting at 91, 92 miles per hour. Yeah. That, to me, is like death-defying as a hitter. It was just, he was so impressive. And, hey, maybe, you look at scouting departments, they're very important to teams. Like, hey, maybe we don't need to go get Blake Snell. Maybe we didn't need to go get Montgomery because we think this kid might be not them at that level yet, but we think we might have something in this kid.
No, there's no doubt. And I'm sure when they were sitting there at spring training and watching what he was doing, they're like, we're good. And everyone, including us, are like, well, they can get Snell. They got to do something. No, they don't. If they can, the way Nestor Cortez, held down the fort, the way Rodon pitched, obviously we're only 5 games in, but hey, it's 5 games enough to look and see what that team is. And I think, we've talked about so much about how hot Soto is and, how on fire he is. Dude, Volpe's hotter. Now he's hot. I mean, look at the numbers, hitting like 571 with a 1600 OPS, obviously. But, dude, I knew Volpe, seeing him at spring training, talking to him in the offseason, and even at the end of the year last year, he knew he needed to make some adjustments. He knew he needed to come into spring training, get with his hitting coach in the offseason, work on some technique things. There was a couple things that he needed to, get right, which he did. And you could see it at spring training. And just to see – his process at the plate, his mentality, how he's able to slow things down. We talked a lot last year about breathing every pitch, winning every pitch. And so to see him this year come out the way he has, I think the most important thing, though, Chinch, is last year he punched out a ton. This year, more walks than punch outs.
Correct.
Having good at-bats, tough at-bats, hitting the ball hard. You saw last night his first ball double in the right center gap. That's him. He's not a pull happy, home run guy. Let Volpe hit the ball into that right center gap, and you're going to see more power because of it, because he's going to get more solid contact, have better at bats. So he goes right center with the ball, that first ball. Then he singles up the line drive up the middle. His last ball was a double that he hit down the left field line. So this guy's a line-to-line hitter. We haven't seen the best of Anthony Volpe. Like, this guy is going to be a great hitter in the big leagues, not just a 2020 guy that hits 205. That wasn't him last year. 2020 was impressive, but this guy could be a career, could be I'm thinking like 280, 290, maybe even some years to 300, but this guy's going to be an all-star, and I just love the way he's come out the gates and the way he looks.
Yeah. And hey, look, great coaching staff there. We love the new hitting coach for the Yankees, right?
Yeah, James Rowson, great. He's awesome, man. Those guys are great, man. It's a great staff. Casey Dykes and obviously the guy that's in the cages with those guys every day. But I think also too, you heard Oswaldo Cabrera say it after the game the other night. By the way, he had another RBI last night.
Yeah.
Just watching Soto, his routine, how he works in the cages, how he works in batting practice. I was talking to Volpe a couple of weeks ago too, and he was saying the same thing. It's like, Case, you wouldn't believe what Soto's, routine looks like in the cages, and how his BP's just hits a ton of line drives over the shortstop's head, and I think in the last couple of years, before I got there with the Yankees, it was a lot of talking about, getting the ball in the air on the pull side. I think if you watch these guys approach now it's more about, hey, listen, you're watching guys like Soto and Judge, success leaves clues, brother. Success leaves clues. When you're watching the best hitters in the world, how they work, take note.
Yeah, I like it. I also like, tell me if you agree with this. I like that Volpe has 3 doubles and 1 homer and not 1 double and 3 homers, because I think that's more of his game, right? Is it?
Yeah, that's more of his game. That's more of his game. He's going to be I'd like to see Volpe a 40 doubles guy, 20 homer guy.
There you go.
15 to 25 homers, 40 doubles.
Yeah, probably 30, 40 bags. I'll tell you one.
Oh, there's no doubt, dude. There's no doubt. Dude, he's a baseball rat, dude. That's all he thinks about 24/7. I'm sure he's probably in his mirror at 2 a.m, just goes to take a piss, and he's loading up. He's getting his hands right. This guy 24/7 thinks about baseball. He loves it, dude. So he's only going to get better.
I'll tell you one other thing, man. That smile might make him as much money as he makes on a baseball field. That smile when he gets to the dugout and everybody's looking at him and he's just sitting there with a big crap-eating grin on his face. He's like adorable. I hate to say that. It's a weird thing for guys to say.
That's who he is.
He's adorable, but he's an animal. Like, he plays his butt off. So very happy for him, man. That's cool. Really,
that is who he is, though, man. That smile is so genuine. And what impressed me a lot last year, even on times when he struggled, he still kept that same demeanor. And those are the guys that succeed in this league, man. You can't get too high on the highs, too low on the lows. You got to be able to ride that emotional wave of the ups and the downs. And Volpe at such a young age is doing it pretty good.
That's great. That's great. All right, let's go on to Blanco, blocking the opposition, dude.
Yeah, nice, Chinch.
Thank you. I'm trying, dude. It's interesting. I read a lot about this guy. He is a very cool character because he's not a baby, dude. He's not a baby. He's a 30-year-old righty from Santiago, Dominican Republic. He's 6 feet tall and 180 pounds. But they saw something. We talk about scouting with the Yankees. I think you got to give the Astros credit for why they have him, why he's on their team, and how successful he is already. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, you know what? The Astros find ways to get guys in good positions. They're great at scouting talent, and this is just another guy. I love Blanco. A couple of things too. No hitter was the earliest by date in Major League Baseball history. You don't usually come out the gates in your first start and throw a no hitter.
Oh.
Which is pretty impressive. Also, one thing with the Astros, dude, 7 of the last no hitters in the big leagues, 4 have been with the Astros.
Isn't that crazy?
Pretty incredible, isn't it?
Yeah. I was at their first one where it was like a 9-guy combined no-hitter at Yankee Stadium. I think that was their first one. It was a terrible game to be at. Terrible to be at. But yeah, isn't that weird? It's just stats can be so weird sometimes. Like, You know, Sarah Langs for MLB Network and MLB.com
it's the best.
finds these kind of stats. Like, but that's the greatness of baseball is that weird things happen. Weird things happen every night. You know,
I love that. And also too, they're the 7th franchise in Major League Baseball history to have at least 3 consecutive seasons with a no-hitter. 3 consecutive seasons, dude. That's incredible.
It's so crazy. Anyway, so Blanco also, he had been pitching in a Dominican Winter League, which is legit baseball, right? You know.
Yeah. Oh, right? Yes, big time.
How about this? In his career with, pardon my Spanish here, Estrellas Orientales, his career ERA in a Dominican Winter League, 0.98, with 66 strikeouts in 55 innings. Wasn't a starter. And the Astros GM, hold on, I got his name. Who's the Astros GM?
Said that you're a starter.
Dana Brown. Yeah.
Yeah.
Said you're a starter. And he started and threw a no-hitter in the big leagues.
Wow, man.
No
That's
big deal.
awesome. That's incredible.
I mean, and then if you keep the whole scouting theme here, I mean, Imanaga with the Cubs, that game was on MLB Network, so I got to watch it. Dude, he looked electric yesterday. Did you get to see any of his highlights?
I didn't see him. I know he's got great stuff, and that's a reason, obviously, he's over here. But yeah, he looked. I mean, lefty, right?
Yes,
lefty. Yeah, good late action on his ball. He looked like it looked like nobody was really on him last night. A lot of weak contact.
Yeah, reminds me a little, like, obviously he's a lefty, but like had like his movement and his kind of like messing around on a mound remind me a little bit of David Cohn, but from the left side, like just like painting corners, but like just throwing junk in there sometimes. And there's a lot of cool things about him too. Huge honor for him to be in the major leagues. Has said that. Remember, he's the guy when he did his press conference when I signed him, he learned how to say "Go Cubs, go!"
Yes.
Fans loved him immediately. How about this is a cool thing? His number is what is it, 18? Whatever his number is. Yeah, it's 18. He took 18 in honor of Ben Zobrist, who is a great Cub. Because
no way.
Yes, that's 2. Third one, his song. Hold on, this is really cool. His song when he comes out to the mound is called Chelsea Dagger. It's the song that the Chicago Blackhawks play when somebody scores a goal, and he's to a Chicago Blackhawks game,
right?
Playing that song, and he just said, "I bet the fans of Chicago would like if I made this my intro song." Like,
so smart
things, right?
So smart, man.
Yeah.
Listen, when you, especially for the Cubs faithful, man, that fan base is legit. If you connect to them the way he did, that's smart. But and then connect to them the way you do in your first start, even smarter. You know, he had all some good stuff doing. He was mixing and matching so well. It's like he's got a little change up, split finger action. I mean, he's guy's gonna be impressive. He was throwing the fastball top of the zone, looks like, but he had 9 punch outs in 6 innings, dude.
Yeah,
9 punches.
I was watching.
I know it was the Rockies, but still.
No, it was nasty. It was nasty. So then here we go. Buccos are now 5-0 too.
Yeah.
Well, and dude, Tigers, man. Don't mess with the Tigers.
Tigers won again, 4-0. Wow, man. Let's go.
Tough game for the Mets, dude. They go great pitching on both sides. They go to extra innings, and the Tigers put a 5 spot on.
Oh, it's a killer, dude.
In the 10th. On the road. About to get ready.
Mets are 0-4. They'll get it going.
How
about our boy Mike Trout at a couple bombs yesterday? Talk about coming to, don't you think he's kind of the forgotten guy? Or no one's talking about Trout because he's been hurt a little bit. He's just reminding us out the gates. He's went 2 for 4 yesterday, a couple bombs. I think he hit one like 470 or something.
Oh, bomb! Yeah, I think it was a 5th longest home run in that park's history behind three of Stanton.
It was where Stanton used to hit him.
Yeah, it was where Stanton used to hit him. Because he feels good. He feels like himself again. I was reading. And, it's funny. One of my friends, I was on a chain with a couple of friends, and somebody sent that home run because I think it was a day game they played. And he said in his text, he goes, "Have we forgotten how good this guy is?"
Yeah.
And I said, I'll get in trouble for this because people will yell at me on air, but I'm like, It's almost like he's kind of underrated.
No.
Because we really don't talk about him. Of course, especially when Ohtani got there, that he was like the best player in baseball was in the shadow of the other best player in baseball, or arguably, like
Yeah.
a few years. And now it's like he needs to put him back on his back. And I think he's good at putting teams on his back. He's that good. Keep him healthy. Don't dive. Don't dive for balls, Mike.
Stay healthy. The biggest thing with Trout's going to put up numbers if he stays healthy. But you're right. I mean, I think because he's been hurt the last couple of years, like, you talk about so many guys. Like, let's not forget that the best player in the big leagues still might be out in Anaheim. You know what I mean? Give him 145, 150 games, and let's see what the numbers look like.
Yeah, he's a Hall of Famer right now, right?
Oh, there's no doubt about it.
Yeah. Let me see here.
Yeah, he's definitely a Hall of Famer right now.
Dude, his average is 1 point lower than yours, 301 career.
Well, let's get going, Mike. You gotta get
If you had added 40 homers a year to yours,
exactly, then I'd have been Mike Trout.
You wouldn't be sitting there. You'd be up in the hills. You'd be in like Superman's Fortress of Solitude by now. 302, 301 career average with 371 homers. Yeah, there's no question. There is no question. Stu, you agree? Stu,
and 3 MVPs, right? And a couple runner-ups.
1, 2, 3 MVPs, finished second. 1, 2, 3, 4 times. How's your rookie of the year? You can add to that.
Yeah.
Also finished 5th in the MVP one year. Then he finished, horrible year, finished 8th in the MVP.
Exactly, dude. It's incredible. It's incredible.
Unbelievable. Yeah.
Modern day Mickey Mantle. I like that comp.
I really
modern day Mickey Mantle. Just kind of like big, strong, fast.
Yeah.
The power speed combo that Mantle had.
My dad, Mickey Mantle, was like a god to my dad growing up. Yeah, I mean, think about it. That was his guy.
Yeah.
And he even, for my father to compare Mike Trout to Mickey Mantle means
that's a big deal.
It's a pretty big deal in my small world I live in. Anyway, what do you got going on today? You're busy.
That's it, bro. I'm about to take Jillian. She's got an orthodontist appointment. Real nice. Get her braces, tightened up.
I hear
she
that.
Loves.
Dude, Rob had to get an implant yesterday.
Ooh.
But the drill, they take a drill and just shove it in your mouth and poke a hole in it, and then they put a screw in.
Oh.
So
do you go to the dentist a lot? I gotta be better.
Bro, Matt, my cousin Matt's dad is my dentist.
Oh man,
escape it, dude! I can't escape it.
Does he call you like, "Hey, you gotta come in"?
Thanksgiving, we're having a good time. I go, you're due. You're due.
Are you serious?
All the time. He's like, you're due. I'm like,
dude, is 4 years a long time?
4 years you haven't been to the dentist?
Yeah.
Oh, don't tell Uncle Anthony that, dude.
Don't tell, dude. But I floss every night. I brush my teeth with like the supersonic tooth, like that. It's like how they put the stuff on you at the end, like every tooth.
I hate that. Yeah.
So I feel like I go to the dentist every night in my house. I floss twice a day. I brush my teeth all the time. I feel great.
You're probably good. Yeah, I see you brushing your teeth. You were here brushing your teeth.
Yeah, I brush my teeth all, but dude, that toothbrush is a game changer. Just a regular toothbrush. And
that doesn't get it done. You're right.
The Panasonic, whatever it's called, supersonic, it takes plaque. Plaque goes flying out of my mouth.
Dude, let's get a sponsor.
Let's get a sponsor. Yeah, let's call them.
Yeah.
Let's get Aaron on it.
I got to go. Stu is right up. Look at this cat.
Stu, what are you doing, Stu? And you don't have to take Stu to go out to go pee or anything.
I know. I give the kid, look, treats all day. She's always slapping at Macy. This is how I know Macy's feeling better.
Yeah, how's Macy doing?
She's doing great, dude. I'm taking her on walks, which is actually good for me. It's like she's walking me.
Yeah,
I need
great.
to walk more. We've been going on these long walks. I got a park behind my house. I walk around there, come back. And I met some neighbors. Nobody ever knew.
Look at you, Chinch.
I'm always in the backyard, dude. I don't leave the backyard in the summer. I met a guy the other day. He's like, I've been living here for 35 years. I'm like, I've been living here for 8. And he's like, I've never seen you before.
Is that what he said? Did he say that?
Yeah. I'm like, well, I don't
only in Long Island would they say that. I've never seen you before. Like in Pittsburgh, they're like, hey, yeah, good to see you again.
Yeah. No, actually, funny enough, the guy's name is David, because I know his name is David now. Because I met him, we had a nice talk, like 10-minute talk the other day. And I'm walking by yesterday and he goes, hey, Rich, what's my name?
Come on.
I swear to God. And
Tell me you knew it. Tell me you knew it.
No, I go, I'm a beep. I said the D word. I go, I'm sorry. And he goes, no, he's like, I'm just messing with you. And he said the only reason he remembered mine, because he's a funny Long Island guy. When I met him, I'm like, hi, I'm rich. He goes, oh, well, I'm poor. And we laughed. And he goes, I only remembered your name because I
associated it
about me being poor. Then he introduced me to his wife, Linda. And, you know, I had to memorize her name. Do you know how I memorized it? Do you remember that viral video of the little kid going, Linda, Linda, honey, honey?
Yeah, yeah.
Mom. That's how I remembered it, because I'm like, I know every time I go by this guy's house now, I'm going to be nervous. I got to remember it's David and Linda. So,
so good.
Nice to meet you, David and Linda. I'll never forget your names.
You're good neighbors, David and Linda. Chinch is finally getting out of the house. He's like a vampire. You know what I mean? Jesus.
I know.
Glad Macy's doing good, though.
Yeah, Macy's doing great, dude. All right. So good luck at the orthodontist. Tighten up those strings. I'm sure that's a cheap visit.
Yeah, it's very, very, yeah. Thank God we got insurance, dude. Jeez.
All right, dude.
All right, Chinchy. Love you, man. Thanks, everybody out there. Thanks for listening. We'll see everybody tomorrow. See you, brother.
See you, Steve.